that after God giving you himself in salvation, the second most important issue that he offers to you is the issue of relationships. It's very, very, very important. But the problem is this: most of us invest in our careers more than we invest in love. Most of us invest in getting houses and cars more than we invest in the issue of relationship. I don't mean cars are not good. They are good. In fact, if you have a Lamborghini, bring it home. I'll drive for you. Yeah, cars are good, but most of us invest most in all these things than we do invest in the issue of love. And the sad part is this, that our cars last more than even the relationship that we are in. That our houses last longer than our relationships. That all issues around us except our love lasts longer. So it's an issue for us to see how to invest in it. Amen. That some of us have houses and cars, and our cars are not happy. Because I'm telling you the truth, some marriages around here don't function. Out here, they don't function. And the problem is zero investment was made. So that guys are driving cool cars, but inside there is no happiness. Love was not invested on. Relationship matters were not invested on. A beautiful house, but the house is not happy because love was not invested on. Beautiful sons and daughters, but there is no joy in those sons and daughters. Why? Because zero investment was made on the issue of love. Look at that man, tell them, learn to invest, man. The advantage of this investment that there are zero taxes. Amen. That there are zero taxes in them. Amen. Every system around us is very keen on the issue of training. That we will never call you a doctor until we've grilled you in that class and ensure that what? We are delivering a doctor from you. That you're able to take that scalpel. Did I get it right? Do we call it scalpel? Then my biology is still strong. You get that needle and you do the right thing with it. You get all those equipments in the hospital and you're able to manage them well before we call you doctor. But when you come to the issue of love, no training is given. No official training is given. You have to survive and wade through the issue of love. So most of us make wrong decisions. Why? Because we were never keen around building up on the issue and the understanding of love. Amen. I'm just building up a story, then we will run into the nuggets. You will look statistically, one of the generation that suffers depression is the generation that we are in currently. The levels of depressions is very high. The depression rate is very high. When you extrapolate the reason as to why depression has hit most of us is on the issue of failed relationships. Failed relationships. They may be from a family, yes, but that family is because the mom and the dad failed also. They may be out of the issue that you sought love and there was pain around it. And because you never knew how to manage that scenario, you fall into depression. So now the issue you're discussing of tonight is very, very important. Tell your neighbor, please run away from depression. And the best way to run away from it is for you to pick knowledge and understanding on the issues of love. Decisions, therefore, must be made around the issue of love and relationships. If you don't make decisions, around the issue of love and relationship, if you've not done two things. Number one thing, if you've not done a prayerful consideration, please don't step into those zones of love. Don't awaken this monster, quote unquote, because it can get to be a monster if it's not well awakened. So now you ought to ensure that you build knowledge. The base of knowledge is sufficient enough. And number two, I've said, is the issue of prayer. That ensure that prayer, the prayer base and the knowledge base is sufficient for it to help you build up a right base for love and a right base for relationship. Are we together? If you're with me, say, I am here. Yes, good. And also important for me to mention that in our time, from around 1960s, something big happened that is called sexual revolution. Sexual revolution crept in. Sexual revolution, the intention of sexual revolution was to now try to redefine love in the terms that the world wanted it to, because the world felt the church is so discriminatory. The church is so restrictive. So what should we do? Let's walk out of association with the church and redefine love. That is why now in our time, a man marries another man. That is part of sexual revolution. They tell you, man, if you feel you don't like that thing in those people, look for the sewage in another person. Those who are in the spirit get to know what I mean. I usually wonder, what are you looking for in somebody's sewage? Amen. So now they say, go and look for love from a fellow man. Women, look for love from fellow women. And now it is maturing. They're now going beyond women and men. Now they are going to animals. So that they tell you, show me your love. And somebody will come with a dog carrying and telling you, this is the one I love. And because some feel, that is not sufficient enough, they have grown it even more. What are they doing? Nowadays, they find sexual satisfaction in children. And Canada is pesetting. Canada is pesetting on that. That no, I don't want to marry a person who has devils. So what will I do? I'll go and marry a child. So that's part of sexual revolution. So what have they done? They've also tried to redefine many terms. And part of it is the dating thing. And that is the problem in our time, Reverend. That we find even in the dating sphere, sex has now been made as a normal thing. So you come and evaluate this person, assess them as much as you can, including how good are they in bed. Before you make a decision that now I'm landing on this issue of love. So now you say, it's like you have a checklist. You say face, tick. Character, tick. Kitchen, tick. Bed, tick. Before you make that issue of love. So now, sexual revolution has crept in, and it's so important for us to get to appreciate that there are demarcations that God presents to us, and that is the wisdom and the knowledge that we ought to function in. Amen. Amen. So when we are, lastly, before I begin with the first nugget very fast, is that now the issue of marriage is just not important for you to desire marriage, but it's also important for you to prepare. Tell your neighbor for me, just don't desire. Come on, I love you, but I hate your energies. Just tell your neighbor for me, just don't desire. Prepare for it. It's very important for you to prepare for that marriage. Just don't desire. Bro, you will know a losing team like Manchester United, not in the field, but you will know a losing team. You will know it in the preparation ground, right? I'm a fan of Manchester United. Please tell them to at least win a match for us. Yeah, it's painful. Tell them that Arsenal is ahead and we don't have peace. If you have, tell them. So it is not just important for you to desire, prepare for it. You'll always know a losing team, not in the ring, you'll know them in the preparation stage. So poor preparation, that is a recipe of failure. I will tell you, it will not matter how big a crowd you have that are cheering you on in the day of marriage. If you never prepared for it, then that is a recipe of failure. I mean, those people who come, the Kayamba Africa guys, a good crowd. Yes, you have your friends and they come in very nice dresses and nice suits. It doesn't matter. If you never prepared for it, then that was a recipe for failure. So tell your neighbor again, prepare for it. Go beyond desire. Amen. Now let us look at nugget number one. Nugget number one, person in a relationship. Reasons are foundational. Reasons are foundational in any relationship. So that if you will not have the right reasons as to why you are entering a relationship, I submit to you today that your foundation is wrong. Your foundation is wrong. What does the Bible say in Psalms 11:3?